When I found out that I had won the Georgia Civic Educator of the Year award, first of all, I was very taken aback and very grateful. And one of the things that the Institute had asked us to do was to make a video of what we do in our class, and I brought my students together because I thought that was the best way to find out exactly what our course is all about. But one of the other things that they asked me to address was my philosophy of teaching. And in order to address that, I thought, well, what's the most significant problem in society that I feel like I need to address with my students, and that would be that of apathy. You know, the problems that we face in this community and all around the world, especially this time, interestingly enough, we're in the middle of a government shutdown. The most significant thing is that, you know, we talk about the lack of education and that people are ignorant of the process, and sometimes when people are ignorant of a process, they tend to just give up. In this course, what I hope to do is instill in these students the desire to know more, because we can no longer be a reactive society. We have to be proactive. And we have to keep in mind that due to the cultural diversity and the different thought patterns that we have across this country, we have to be mindful of the choices that we make that are going to be choices that affect a lot of people, that have long-lasting effects down the road. And teachers, I think, in this curriculum, we have to keep an open mind and remember that the goal is to create model citizens. And on that note, I'll ask my students to talk just a little bit about what we do in the AP course.
About the problem in the United States, I know a lot of people I talk to don't, like you said, give up a lot of times, and they don't care. And I'll use my family as one example. My family is very open-minded, and they're willing to accept ideas and things like that. But they've never been political at all. They never really cared. But until I started, I was immersed in this type of teaching. I kind of take it home, and I would talk about it with them, and they would enjoy talking about it with me. It was a good family discussion to talk about what's going on around here. So I think this class, AP Government, has really helped me connect with my family better and see what they think and connect with my peers better as well.
One thing I really like about this course is how we do a lot of application from not only what we're learning, like the basics or the principles, as we apply it to what's going on, like in real life and what's happening in the world. So it's not like we're sitting there studying a textbook and we just nod and accept what's happening. We're actually applying it and we're understanding what's going on, and like Connor said, we can bring up questions and we're not afraid to voice our own opinions.
What I do is I try to take the concepts and through the relevance of current events, I teach public policy more of an integrated throughout the other strands of the curriculum. Instead of teaching a separate unit on public policy, I teach it as an integrated concept. And what it allows them to do is take everything that's going on in the news or what is going on Capitol Hill, and they have to tie it into the structural foundation of the curriculum every single day. So I really try to convert them into news junkies. And so what they have to do is they have to stay current on everything that's going on. We do a blender activity when they walk in, and I ask them, at least twice a week, what's in the news, what's in the mix. You have to be completely on your toes, and they really learned that they won't make it in here unless they keep their head above water and watch the news constantly, and learn to be able to discern bias and look for things in the media. And hopefully, as we move through the course, they'll get better at that.
And when we do, like she was saying, when we tie in current events, we always do that in a group setting so we can see the difference. We don't just see our opinion, we can see the different opinions, like every day. It's not just occasionally.
Of course, with all that relevance and all of them required to be more current, we have to have technology. And luckily for us, we are a BYOT, Bring Your Own Technology pilot school. And I'm going to let Connor talk just a little bit about that.
Like she said, we are one of the pilot schools for the Bring Your Own Technology program, and as everyone else said, it really helps tie everyone's opinions for everything together, whether it's applying what we know to share documents or look up social statistics, social comparisons on things going on. Having the technology really helps keep current with everything that we're doing, doing activities in class. If we're not completely up to speed on something that's happening. We don't have to be the person who sits quiet. We may have an opinion, we just don't know fully what's going on. And so having the ability to look things up and have the resources in front of us is a big help in being able to form and talk about things in the class without having to remain silent because we didn't happen to catch what was on the news 2 days ago. And, you know, we're not the only ones who feel like that. The rest of our class has different opinions about it too, so let's hear some of those.
So welcome to my AP class, and what I'm going to do is have the students show you exactly what's going on in these individual groups, so using their technology to do some comparison work. So let's go over and we'll talk to some of the students. Okay, so Susie, can you sort of explain what the activity is that you're doing, that you're working on?
Right now we're doing immigration comparison activity that compares stats from different states with those of the state's economics at the time.
Yeah, and like the impact on each state, like the undue burden on each state, right? Have you found anything like?
Yeah.
I said that the total cost of educating illegal immigrants and children of illegal immigrants in K-12 public schools in the state of New York is more than $4.3 billion annually with the state's tax.
And that's just for illegals, right?
On comparing Alabama and Arizona's laws.
Okay, what'd you find out?
They're similar in that they both require the cops find the documentation when they apprehend people.
So when you get pulled over, you have to show
But
documentation.
yes, ma'am. But Alabama's are stricter because like schools have to count the number of legal students, and they can't attend public colleges or universities, and you can't rent land or property.
In Alabama.
In Alabama.
So the DREAM Act issue is not in Alabama. They're not.
I
doing that.
don't think so.
Okay. So what was the other piece you were talking about yesterday about asking? Isn't there some piece in that about asking kids if their parents were not? I know in the Alabama law they were having issues.
Well, they have to. School districts have to count the number of legal students. So would it be that?
Yes. What you've seen here today is basically just a random sampling of what we would do on any normal day, which is using technology to integrate into the core curriculum strands. And having BYOT in this school is amazing because students can have technology right at their fingertips, and it allows my AP students an open forum where they can discuss issues and share opinions and have the ability to learn from each other. And hopefully down the road this will make them better citizens. It will make them proactive members of their community. Thank you so much for visiting my AP class today, and thank you once again for choosing me as your Georgia Civic Educator of the Year.